Well, let's see if this recording turns out any better, shall we? I did a video yesterday regarding the Jacob Blake shooting, and the audio was trash, so I had to throw it away. But I'll do it again. Why not? We can. Jacob Blake. Dear old Jacob Blake. Apparently, since everybody's outraged that he got shot in the back by a white cop. Don't forget that part. He has to be white. It's very important for Black Lives Matter because any other narrative or situation where a black man gets shot by a cop that isn't white, they don't care about. Zero fucks given across the global stage. Locally, though, like in Utah, for example, there's another shooting. Cop shot somebody. Now they're all outraged. How dare you? Cops shouldn't be shooting people, shouldn't be killing people. How about this, dear people? People shouldn't be committing crime. The cops don't show up to people's places with a warrant without a reason. That reason's kind of important, I think. You have multiple instances now. He was called out, Jacob Blake. We'll get back to the subject at hand. Apparently, in 2015, he decided to go to a bar with some people. I was talking to a lady that got ditched and got in a fight at the bar. So he pulled a gun out. He pointed the gun at the person. Then the magazine dropped out of the gun because the guy's an idiot. And the bartender threw him out. So he started pointing the gun inside the bar through the window as he walked away. Then he gets pulled over because people called the cops on him. And he was driving drunk with somebody in his passenger seat. They pulled him out. He fought with the cops. The cops had to try and restrain him. And he got bit by a canine unit because he wouldn't stop. He was fighting the cops like a dumbass. You're already in trouble. Why make it worse? Because you think you're a badass and don't belong in jail or something? That's not how the world works. You did the crime, you should do the time. Well, fast forward a little bit because the charges apparently were dropped on that. It was confirmed as of this week, magically, by an update on the story. The charges were dropped because the case was too old and the prosecutors dragged their feet on actually prosecuting him. But because of those charges, he had a warrant out for his arrest yet again. You can recharge because of the situation of those particular charges. He was in a domestic violence dispute. Sexual assault charges were filed from a month prior. He again fought the cops when the cops arrived to arrest him because of the domestic violence dispute, that he was not breaking up a fight. He was involved with the fight. He pulled out a weapon, a knife. Then he threatened to shoot the cops. He went to his vehicle to grab something out of it. The taser that he was tased with, since these Black Lives Matter people are like, oh, you could have tased him. They did. It didn't work. There is only one drug that I know of that makes you Superman, makes you see shit and think shit, that makes you impervious to a taser. Tasers don't work while you're on this drug. That's PCP. My suspicion, this is an opinion, that he was probably high on PCP to boot. He had kids in the car, his kids, mind you. And here he is fighting with police with a knife in front of his kids. And then either he's threatening to drive away, which would have caused a high-speed pursuit with kids in the car, or worse. So he got shot in the back because he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't comply. He was fighting with the cops. He fought with them just previous, and then he went to go get whatever out of his car. And since his previous warrant and arrest record says assault with a deadly weapon, possession of an illegal firearm, that type of thing, because he's not supposed to have it, cops didn't take any chances. I wouldn't either, to be honest. Fast forward a little bit. There's riots now because of this guy. And all because these people are half-assing it. Well, Kyle Mittinghouse, or whatever the fuck his name is, went to these riots against these people. Was carrying a firearm. Open carry in Wisconsin, I believe, is legal. I didn't see anything that said you couldn't. There's a lot of people saying he had an illegal firearm because he's not old enough to own it. Not true. Not true in Wisconsin. You guys are just fucking stupid and think firearms are illegal everywhere, especially assault weapon style firearms. Well, every weapon is a weapon of assault, you stupid son bitches. I didn't see anything that said that it was illegal for him to possess a firearm at 17 with open carry. There's no statute of limitations. It's not like a driver's license. There is no legal age in half the states across this nation. All is needed is a background check. In most states, though, as far as I know, you need to be 18. So he might have gotten it purchased for him, but that doesn't make it illegal for him to own. That can happen too. At any rate, he saw somebody busting through a window. He shot the guy after he told him to stop. Then a couple people tried to chase him down, little Antifa bitches. Of course, white supremacist, he's a white supremacist, he supports cops, all cops are bastards. They tried to chase him down and kill him. One of the guys had a gun in his pocket. He pulled the gun. Kyle shot him too. That guy just got out of surgery. He was shot in the arm, it looks like. Not sure what. There was blood all over. And his only regret, according to some posts that I just saw, was that he didn't kill the little bastard. So he pulled out a gun with intent to kill, thus proving, thanks to those posts, you stupid son of a bitch, that it was self-defense. He pulled out a gun with intent to kill. The other guy was chasing him down, probably with intent to kill, because they don't turn people over to the cops, remember. All cops are bastards. So I thought I'd do a little reading for you on this particular matter, because I find it relevant. Wisconsin Statutes 939.14, Self-Defense and Defense of Others, updated 2019. This is off of lawserver.com, so it's not directly from Wisconsin, but I doubt their laws have changed within the year because, well, it's government. A person is privileged to threaten or intentionally use force against another for the purpose of preventing or terminating what the person is reasonably believes to be unlawful interference with his or her own person by such other person. The actor may intentionally use such force or threat thereof as the actor reasonably believes it is necessary to prevent or terminate the interference. In this subsection, dwelling means it's given in blah blah, so it's a house. Place of business means the business that the actor owns or operates. If an actor intentionally uses force that was intended or likely to cause death or great bodily harm, the court may not consider whether the actor had the opportunity to flee or retreat before he or she used force, and shall presume that the actor reasonably believed that the force was necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to himself, herself, if the actor makes such a claim under sub that either the following applies. So, there is no mandatory right to flee in Wisconsin. It's a right to defend yourself. The person against whom the force was used was in the process of unlawfully, forcibly entering the actor's dwelling, motor vehicle, or place of business. The actor was present in the dwelling, owner of a place of business, and the actor knew or reasonably believed that the unlawful force entry was occurring. The person against whom the force was used in the actor's dwelling, motor vehicle, or place of business, after unlawfully forcing entering it. presumption described in Parler does not apply to the following actor was engaged in criminal activity or is using his or her dwelling mobile in criminal activity. Was a public safety worker. Public safety worker identified themselves. The actor knew reasonably that should have known the person was entering or attempting to enter his dwelling motor vehicle as a safety worker. Provocation affects privilege of self-defense as follows. So this thing goes on and because it's a law. So it doesn't necessarily say that the person busting out a window of a business so they could probably firebomb it didn't have permission from the owner to defend his property. It says his own property. But there's also statements in here about if the person is perpetrating a crime, you can use threats of force or actual force to prevent said crime. In other words, hey, stop busting out the window. Stop. Pop, pop. Done. Over. The other two people that tried to chase him down were an imminent threat. They both got shot. One out of those three people are dead. This alone demonstrates and can be used in his case for self-defense.
What do you have to say?
So, fun fact to crazy Antifa people. You're defending criminal behavior. Those criminals were on the street setting fire to businesses, assaulting anyone that got in their way, and they had no problem robbing every store in the area. This kid, why he was there or not, have no fucking clue. He probably was there looking to stop something because people like Sean King and other little crazy Antifa bitches were like applauding the violence. The cops have been kneecapped. They can't stop these people. They don't stop these people because once they arrest them, the prosecutors, the liberal prosecutors, let them go. Oh, there's insufficient evidence. We can't charge them with a crime. You can't prove they were there. They were all wearing black. You might have gotten the wrong person. It's amazing that these terrorists are allowed to operate within our borders with impunity. And the latest thing I just read was from the Democratic side. The Democratic ticket is now rethinking their strategy on these riots because Trump's bump in self-defense on his polls have them concerned that Biden may not win. 3 months fucking too late, you sons of bitches. We've been telling you for a long time Antifa is a problem. Trump has been telling everyone for a long time that Antifa was a problem. Remember that conversation about Charlottesville that you guys were all pissed out of, because Antifa showed up to pick a fight with the Proud Boys and it erupted. Oh no, it wasn't Proud Boys. It was Richard Spencer and his new alt-right. Antifa showed up to beat the fascists. Ironically, they both share the same views. Just difference of opinion on race. Which race should be supreme? That's pretty much what it is. And some people got mixed up in both of it. And Trump said there's very fine people on both sides. But Antifa, man, you need to look into those people. Because a lot of them are communists and terrorists. And what did the media do? Oh my God, Trump said the alt-right has very fine people. Oh my God, the alt-right, the alt-right, the alt-right. You went liberal insane, just like you usually do. So for 4 years now, you told us Antifa doesn't exist, isn't a problem. They're not an organization. And now, because Bernie Sanders lost, they're trying to make their commie revolution a real thing. And you guys now are like, oh, we need to rethink our strategy on this because it's making us look bad. Every Democrat city that has a Democratic mayor or governor is on fucking fire. You brought it upon yourselves. Now reap what you sow. You stupid socialist, social justice dumbasses. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought I'd cover a little bit of the law in Wisconsin. He was under imminent threat. It's self-defense, and he can claim it. Those people saying his actions were illegal or he owned an illegal gun or shit like that, you're clueless. You really are. You're running off an image of him shooting people, like as if he just showed up and just started shooting. No, that's not what happened. One person was breaking into a business. He put an end to that. Two others tried to chase him down. One pulled a gun. He put an end to both of them. You guys started this fight. You don't like the way it's ending because you're getting your ass kicked. You keep escalating, though, there's going to be more Kyles. There really will be. You come to my neighborhood, I'll be a Kyle. Because I ain't going to have that shit in my neighborhood disrupting my entire neighborhood. Or the places of businesses surrounding me. You will be ended here. This is Texas. I'm signing off.
Do it again.